The pandemic forced a shakeup in the workforce, some of course shifting to work from home, but others are choosing not to work at all. In recent months, more men ages 30 to 44 have been dropping out of the workforce, according to data from the Bureau of Labor Statistics. Now, the labor force participation rate for men in that age group is lower than it was pre-pandemic, and more women in recent months, ages 30 to 44, are participating in the labor force and at a higher rate than pre-pandemic, according to Labor Department data, and they're moving into more male-dominant industries. Well, a new survey is finding a growing number of Americans are planning to use debit over credit this season. It comes as the Federal Reserve raised interest rates once again Wednesday, which is driving up borrowing costs. Jen Sullivan has a look at what economists say could be behind the trend, but some experts say that you should be cautious about only using your debit card.
The feds keep raising interest rates, and those soaring costs to use credit may be impacting Americans' payment choices this holiday season. A new survey by the National Retail Federation and Prosper Insights and Analytics found that 43% of surveyed shoppers plan to primarily use debit cards to buy gifts.
What it tells me is that by choosing to use the debit card, American households are still flush with cash.
The same survey found that only 38% would use a credit card. And economist Joe Bruselas says he's not surprised about the shift this year.
We did our own estimate using Federal Reserve data. At the middle of the year, there was $1.7 trillion in excess savings sitting in American household savings accounts. By the end of the third quarter, that had only been drawn down to $1.5 trillion.
Experts say this time of year is when people can easily fall into holiday debt. Smart shopping expert Trey Bodge says interest rates are high and it can get out of hand with so many retail credit cards offered.
The fact that people aren't intending to bring a lot of credit card debt into the new year doesn't surprise me.
According to a recent analysis by creditcards.com, the average retail credit card charges a nearly 27% annual percentage rate. If you're ditching your credit card to buy all the gifts on your list, Bodge says be cautious.
My one concern when people are shopping mostly with debit cards is that there's no protection there. If there's fraud with a debit card, you're kind of out of luck.
For today's Consumer Watch, I'm Jen Sullivan.
Jen, thank you. And Grubhub says the burrito was the top takeout item for 2022 with around 4 million orders. Now that's followed by the cheeseburger and cheese pizza. To celebrate the burrito's popularity, Chipotle is offering $5 off orders of $20 or more for Grubhub Plus members through the end of December. Now the top alcohol order was beer, and the top dessert, you see it right there, might be a surprise, tiramisu.